they're warning us for the internet apocalypse. And they're blaming it on
dry
the sun.
runs, bunch of dry runs.
Right,
like,
I don't know if the sun can actually
A lot of
do
people
that.
think that, if we do have one of these big flares that will be put back in the Stone Age. Do you know how long it took Elon Musk to put up SpaceX? Mm-hmm. Those are disposable satellites, low Earth orbit. They don't care if those go down.
Right.
They could just put up another 100 of them in one
Dicinium?
launch.
Right.
It's just a matter of time before there's a massive blackout.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it wouldn't be like the end of things. It would be a reset, definitely.
Yeah. They live.
But they could set up all of this stuff really easy now. We've got to where everything's disposable. So they could put up internet in a matter of a week after something like that.
Right.
Yeah, you can buy
But
them.
it wouldn't be for us.
Right. It's for,
they're the
we're not gonna
original
get
chemical formula.
You found them?
I'm sorry, we got into the middle of the conversation. Didn't interrupt there.
You found the glasses?
Rappler says false. U.S. makes dicyanin dye illegal because of supernatural properties. Now the fact checkers confirmed it, so it's.
Wait.
I do
The
think that'll
wait.
work, the
The
fact
fact check is saying that they won't allow it because you do see ghosts.
No, they're saying
It never happened.
it is false to claim that they've made the dye illegal because of supernatural properties.
I'm saying, was
I
it
thought
the
you were saying the
original
opposite.
glass
Cyan and
production
dye.
compared to today's modern glass production? You're looking at two different types of production models, levels, and years. So I'm sure what's being done now might not be the same original formula for the glass that it was when the military was using it, and it freaked out the soldiers so bad they're like, we can't put these on anymore.
I remember hearing something about that exact thing there.
Yeah.
But
I see a
they were
bunch of
freaking out
TikTok
'cause they
videos
saw
about it,
stuff.
but I don't see any articles or anything writing about it. Just this.
They scrubbed it.
U.S.
Yeah,
military.
there's viral TikTok videos where they're claiming that, what is it? You see weird things. They made it illegal because people can see the astral plane when placed between two glasses.
Interesting.
So it's
I mean, it sounds like an easy
mushrooms
thing to
without
test, right?
having to eat anything, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to get
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking for a pair. If anybody has them, please, I'll buy them, or you can send them. I want to test
Well, can you not get? They say it's not illegal. Can you make them? Can we make a pair of these glasses and give
Any
them to Alex
chemists
Stein
out
and
there
send
that
them
we
to
could get
Antarctica?
help?
Right, just get
We'll break
some
through the ice
glass and
wall.
make them.
So going back to the initial seed of this conversation, look, I did it too.
Yeah. That's why we tell everybody that wear their headphones.
know.
They stop talking to the microphone.
What did you see that might have been anomalies or not anomalies with these storms as they traveled through the into the country? You didn't see any.
I don't think that I saw anything. I mean, I'm really looking. The only thing that I can say is, not to fuel the conspiracy theories, but if you remember in 2020, a hurricane plowed through right at the north part of Florida and Georgia, which put out a bunch of voters at that time. So I think that's kind of feeding this one,
Right.
As far as the election thing and anomalies. I don't know, because it didn't take but five seconds to look on the internet and find out several storms, just like Helen. Matter of fact, two, like one in 1916 and another one I think in the 50s, did that same path, flooded the same area, not to the extent. But still, I mean, there's pictures of like Asheville, North Carolina, with water up halfway through the stores and stuff. Yeah. So it did happen again. And not only that, I'm a nerd. So I've watched a lot of programs like when I was a kid on PBS and then other stuff. And I used to read, Popular Mechanics and all that stuff when I was a kid. I remember reading about storms that they detected sand from the Gulf all the way up in the upper Ohio River Valley. And then you got to think about civilizations like Cahokia, the Cahokia civilization. They were a big civilization down the Mississippi, flooded out, gone totally. So they had a civilization ending event, and it was probably because of one of these storms.
Do you think a lot of this conspiracy stuff about it, because I believe they can manipulate these storms and perhaps even make them, but do you think we have as a society lost trust in anyone who's claim to be the authority and truth?
I do, because I mean, think about it.
Question.
When you keep hearing fact checks and the authoritative sources, these are the same people that get busted lying over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, so it is hard to believe them when they say, "Hey, we're not doing that." So the weird part is, why did they just come out and say, "Yeah, we are manipulating the weather. We are seeding it"? I mean, that's kind of where I was going. I think that they have a plan to take credit for the weather not, getting super hot and us not going into global warming. And the idea, like, why are they pushing us to extinction levels of CO2? It makes absolutely no sense. What are we at? Like, I think 419 or 420 parts per million. A little less, and we're at extinction levels. I mean, why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense at all. And when you look through like all of the different eras of dinosaurs and all that stuff, CO2 skyrocketed, it's warm, plants are everywhere. That's good. Why would we be fighting that? People die from the cold. They're not really dying from the heat.
Right.
7,000 parts per million was the Cambrian time.
So there's a bunch of these dicyanin glasses,
You
but
went
like
back to that.
it's all just well, I've been trying to find to buy them, right?
I know, right?
And they're like $10.
An original pair with the original dye in it, not the knockoffs that are being made now. There's a huge difference in the glass itself.
Apparently, it's I'm reading any chemist can easily synthesize the dye and make them, like with relative ease. And so,
Again, a call to any chemist
a
out
chemist
there.
watching,
Like,
I know
please.
there's at least one that watches our shows.
All right. One
it's in the
thing.
mail
One thing I
already.
want to say real quick is, Tim, you brought this up earlier. Is that okay? So they've admitted the cloud seeding, the weather manipulation stuff like that. That should be just a done deal. Like there should be no argument anymore. There's people still out there that believe we're not seeding clouds. That planes aren't doing
so
this.
it's not that they've admitted cloud seeding. It's that there's initial publications in universities going back to the 50s, the late 40s. It's just that there are people who don't want to believe things or don't want to admit
Yes.
it. But I'll tell you right now, all the fact checks on whether the government controls the weather, because people are talking about the hurricanes, outright say like we do cloud seeding. It's crazy to me that there are people who are like you can't cloud, like they don't make it rain and blah blah. When even like Wired magazine is like yes they do. They just don't control hurricanes. Cloud seeding is a normal basic thing that's done by countries all over the planet.
Well, that's kind of where I was going. A lot of people are on the laser thing now. Well, they shoot a laser in it, seeds the clouds. The sun does that constantly.
It's not that
Yeah.
simple.
And they don't have the power of the sun. So
Well, no,
they might be able to seed like a small area like that.
Kelly,
Right.
29. No, please continue.
No, I was going to say they might be able to seed a small area, maybe in an area that they think, like you said, they might even be using AI and algorithms to figure out the best place to seed it if they were
Laser
trying to
induced
control
cloud
it.
seeding has been around for a while.
Yeah,
And it was never a big deal. When they started using infrared lasers to, I forgot what they do, they converting particles or something to create density, which attracts
Dr.
water.
Michio Kaku explained
spare
it on the
electrons
Today
and
Show.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. So subscribe and come hang out.